Patricia Benedict. I'm with what's your name, sir?
Omar Bramble.
Okay, Mr. Omar Bramble. Where you work?
I used to work in the Barbados Sport Inc. for 17 years.
And you were were you unlawfully dismissed?
Yeah.
Okay. We won't go into details about that. I've seen your documents. I've seen the documents. We will go past that, okay? And since then you had 2 apology letters.
Yeah.
Right. I have seen all that also. Now, and then I will come back to the Mr. Prince Tony Moore thing. Now, you were on sick leave for a few times.
Yeah.
All right. You were on sick leave, and you were told by your medical. Why were you? Why were you dismissed? Okay, that's important. First thing, why did they dismiss you? Just briefly.
The forklift matter, then they told me that then send me to get a valuation and I didn't make.
That's the same forklift I have the pictures of with the dust and everything,
Yeah.
the dirt and looking very disgusting. That you're supposed to. Before that, guys, I have all the documents. I've seen all the documents. There was an incident with another employee at the gas station, right?
Yeah.
And since then, that have been resolved. You got an apology letter, and then you got another apology letter. What was it for again?
For getting work late 22 times.
And that wasn't true.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to work? Have you ever been to work late, or
No.
you have never been to work? So what do you
Always
think?
early.
So what do you think they were doing to you there and there?
Victimizing me, picking at me.
Is it because that they had to retract the apology letter?
Yes, ma'am.
So did they so after that, so so I saw something like they terminated you. On what grounds did they terminate you? I'm looking at it. Yeah, I looking at it. I have all the documents.
He got sent home because he wouldn't work the forklift. He was to report to shed. With a forklift that didn't tell him to work, and he could not work the forklift because it was dirty and unsanitary.
Now, guys, you might say that Mr. Bramble, they gave him simple instructions, and he did not obey it. But I also have with me, guys, because we don't want to make that real short, because the legal part of it, whoever is going to represent Mr. Not I hope to go not the ones that they did nothing for you. I also have a medical, quite a few medical letters from the doctor. Are you? You said you are you asthmatic?
Yeah.
So are you bad asthmatic?
Yeah.
So
Singer.
Okay, sinus and asthmatic.
Wheezing, yeah.
Pardon?
Wheezing.
Wheezing.
Chest is that tight.
Okay, so I have all that from the doctor. I don't know if I should say who the doctor is, but I have all that from the doctor. I'm not going to say who it is disclosing that information. And I have also the papers where what they wanted him to work and why they dismissed him, because he didn't want to. Well, allegedly, I wasn't there, but guys, if you look at what he was supposed to work on. Now, I am looking at the background and the amount of dust I see in the background. Now, if Mr. Bramble is Bramble, I have the right name pronounced right?
Yeah.
If he's a bad asthmatic, why would someone want him to work this forklift? All I see in the background is a lot of dust. On the forklift and on the stuff, a lot of dust. Do they have people that you only, when you first work as you're a forklift operator, what's your job description?
Operator. Okay.
So the people, when he wanted you to work this, did he want you to clean that also?
No.
And
they wanted me to clean it, but I don't work cleaning equipment.
and you could but if it has dust and stuff on your asthmatic, you don't want to And you had strict instructions from your doctor not to,
Yeah.
right? And so they have people in there that cleans
Yeah.
those equipments.
Yeah. Yeah.
So can I ask you a question? Why didn't they let someone to clean it first before they ask you to operate the forklift? Why you think that there was a reason why they were doing that to you? Did you think
victimizing me?
you think they were victimizing you?
Yeah.
Now, guys, I've watched. I have seen all the necessary information. I have the pictures of the forklift he wanted to operate, the doctor's letter stating that he is not supposed to be very specific, asthma and some other sinuses or whatever. It is written on the medical report. And so because of that, they terminated they think that you weren't listening or adhering to what they were saying. That's what you think.
Yeah.
And
And fear of termination.
Right. Now, guys, I'll bring your attention because it's a lot to wait, but I just wanted to because I have to go somewhere too. But I wanted to bring attention to the two national insurance. So they terminated you.
Yeah.
They terminated you. Under what grounds? Did they say? The same. I think you have subordinate and breach of code discipline. And did they specify as to what? Okay, that's what this is what, first of all, 2000 and this is the part 2. Mr. Harris, Mr. Bramble, how many years since you have not been working how many years you have not been working?
Over 2 years.
Over 2 years. What state of finances are you? How is your state? Your finance?
I struggle.
You're struggling. Have you lost your home? Have you lost anything?
I lost everything.
You lost everything due to the fact that they gave you the form a year and 2 months after the national insurance said they weren't taking the first one. They said they don't have no money for you.
They said I don't have any money. I can't make ends meet now.
Or you, what would you like to happen?
I would kind of like my money.
After working 17 years, have you ever been, besides of your minor health, well, not minor health issue, the asthma and stuff, you always been on time? Most days been on time? You always been on time?
Yeah.
You've missed, besides after that incident, have you ever missed work, missed out on work?
I ain't worked since I leave the port.
You haven't worked since you leave the port?
My mind broken. I got my mind broken.
And have you reached out? Who have you reached out to that you thought I would have helped you? Have you reached out to any media personnel?
The Nation. I went to the Nation, but with my story, but the Nation didn't publish the story.
Did they tell you they're not publishing it, or they didn't publish? Did they do the interview with you?
They do the interview and everything.
And they never publish it?
Never say it public.
You don't remember who did the interview? You don't remember?
Okay.
So basically, guys, Mr. Bramble is in. The government has to get involved to get to the bottom of this. He's suffering. He has lost everything. For someone who worked for 17 years, and because that the first paper, and they probably know better. The first national insurance paper, it had nothing on it. Why he was dismissed. So a year and 2 months after they gave him a second paper, after he'd been asking allegedly for all this time, a year and 2 months later, they gave him a second paper, and it says breach of code of discipline. Now the code of discipline would be the same thing, not driving the forklift, right? Mm-hmm. Due to the fact I have seen quite a few medical reports from your doctor saying that you're asthmatic and you have other health issues pertaining to dust. You know, you're not supposed to go. Are you supposed to go near dust?
Right.
Are you supposed to go near dust? No?
No.
You have to speak louder. You have
No.
So what they were doing to you with this is discriminating against you because you didn't, because they had to apologize to you and whatnot. And guys, I wanted to comment in the comment section because there's more documents, but I feel like those the most important ones for now. Now I want to bring attention to Mr. Just hold on there for a minute, Mr. Don't go anywhere. You're not going anywhere. I wanted to bring attention to letters I have in my hand, guys, and I may give Veronica to share it with the public. But with the national insurance, Miss Veronica knows how to remove his name, not the most important documents. I have I googled Miss Tony Moore, and she was the Barbados Workers Union secretary. But it looks like she was always also the general secretary and secretary of the Port Registration and Discipline Committee. There's a letter Mr. Bramble received on 18th of August 2021. And it says, you can't make it up, it's right there. I wrote to you in my capacity as the secretary of the Port Registration and Disciplinary Matter referred to by the port management to the committee. Right? This is a letter signed by Miss Tony Moore, Tony N.S. Moore MP, General Secretary and Secretary of the Port Registration and Discipline Committee. Now, I know she was, I Googled it, and I know she was the Barbados Workers Union Secretary in 2021 too, commencing 2021, allegedly. That's what I saw. And then there has another one too that says 23rd of, well, I should have read the other one first. There's another one too, this is August 1, and there's one 23rd of July. Letter reminds you, this letter formally reminds you that as a registered operator of the Barbados Port Inc., you are bound by the terms set down in the Port Registration and Disciplinary Committee rules. Please check Article 6 of the Collective Agreement with the Barbados Port Inc. and Barbados Union. This one is signed by Tony S. Moore, MP. Oh, she was a MP too? So she had 3 jobs? No, Sylvie, you're laughing, but I'm confused. I'm going to send the documents. She was the headline is Barbados Workers Union. Oh yes, hold up. So the Barbados Workers Union, it says General Secretary Tony Moore, right? And then she has below there, she was also the General Secretary of the Port Registration and Disciplinary Committee, and then an MP. So I would say allegedly, but guys, I will provide the documents to Chef Veronica to share with the public, because that is confusing. Now, I don't know, for some reason, when she said she is the Port Secretary, she's the Port General Secretary, Miss Tony Moore, Port's General Secretary and Secretary of the Port Registration and Disciplinary Committee. It says here, she says so in 23rd of July. What's your name?
Patrick.
And you're a friend of Mr. Bramble?
Yes.
And what do you think of the situation?
But I know the situation because I have worked in the port and I see it firsthand. And once you and managers, they don't do special favors for the managers, you will always be victimized. And he was victimized from the beginning. You understand? Because he and a guy had a talk in the gas station. And whatever happened in the gas station have no right being in the port, and no managers in the port shall have no right to deal with it in that
But
way.
he has two apology letters, right? You're gonna send.
At the end of the day, they apologize to him twice, and then they started victimizing, telling him getting work late, punctuality, and the boys at work every day, and punctuality is right. And they send all the letters, everything them say was doing around the same back. Retractions saying that it was sorry, they apologized.
Yes.
You understand that they want a good cooperation with him and him at the port. You know, they even send papers saying that he's a good worker.
I seen the documents.
At one time, he moved up to be a vanet driver, and then certain managers didn't like that, and they take him back down from being a vanet driver and put him back as a operative.
That wasn't that a promotion?
Yeah, that was a promotion.
And that would have gotten more money.
Yeah, that was gotten more money.
Wow.
But they taken it away from him and put him back down as a forklift operator.
Can you do that? I don't know legally. Can you do that? I just
Anyhow, but at the end of the day, Omar home now 2 years, haven't received a cent from national insurance. Can't get a cent from the port. He worked there for 17 years, not even his severance, nothing. He can't get from the port. And that's not right. He went to the nation with the story. He went to the labor office with the story, and he seems to get no help at all. And this thing ain't right in Barbados. These ain't right in Barbados. Somebody needs to come out and help him. Because right now he's on the streets. Right now he didn't have no address. You have no address. You got to depend upon friends and things to help him out. And the man that worked for 17 years, that deserve his money, you shouldn't be being him and handouts from people.
I cannot show for what you work for.
Yeah.
So that's
Can't support his child.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Can't pay bills. Nothing.
I hopefully that they would they still have your contact number, right? And if the number has changed, the port authorities just call me at 247-4800. His friend will pass on the message. If you want to pass on the message, if the number you'll say the number is not working, you can pass on use my number, and I'll pass on the message to him or his friend. Now, thank you very much, sir. Mr. You was telling me, you told me that they were going to give you a payout?
Yes, behind all the right them, before he was terminated from work, they called me in the office and bring a payout proposal to me. And I accept the payout proposal. And they carry a witness in the office, all four of you, 2 managers and 2 workers, 2 operators. And they accept the payout. And everything was done, and then turn around and terminate me for no reason.
Wow. They were going to give you the money, but what changed your mind, though? You know what it changed? Why it changed it?
I don't know.
So they were willing to
pay me out.
Yeah.
And then turn around and terminate me for no reason.
Okay. So okay, guys. So that's it now, Mr. That's I'm sorry that happened to you, and I hope the necessary authorities get involved. And I want to also, because it's very, very important to find out if it wasn't a conflict of interest, if Miss Moore allegedly was the Barbados Workers Union Secretary and allegedly the Port Authority Secretary. I looking at the documents, but I can't believe it, because if you used to pay money for the Barbados Workers Union to represent you, and you said you didn't get that representation, I don't know. So that's it for now. And thank you very much. And I would legally push it. I gotta be careful how I push I would really push that in, because this is unfairness in Barbados continuing to happen. And I'm talking about in general. Sometimes I know for a fact some of the labor, I know one particular case I was dealing with, one of the labor officers, some of them, they is in thing with some of the people. They get paid to frustrate the local people. I know that for a fact, because I was dealing with a matter, and the lady got her money, but I literally got her money. And those people, it's very unfortunate. You hire lawyers, you trust people, you trust a big company like the Barbados Workers Union to represent you. You got no representation because allegedly Miss Moore would have been a conflict of interest, a secretary for two people. Allegedly. I'm looking at the documents, but I still can't believe what I've seen there and how that is allowed. If that is the case, how is that is allowed in Barbados in general? So thank you, Mr. Bramble, for your time. And I'm sorry that happened to you. And I hope there's a resolution soon. They get it resolved soon. And they call you in as soon as possible, because I am going to, this is one matter that I am not going to let slide. And even if anything, I will just go and do a video where the port is, let people know this is you would if I Google the names of the people, it would come up the names in the documents. Anyway, I hopefully that you get your money, you get some relief, you get some assistance, because it was unfair dismissal. You have two apologies. If I get the apology letters from me, right, and send it to me too, because I have documents to back up what I'm saying. They're actually sending to me now, and it's rather unfortunate that happened to you. I'm very sorry that happened to you. You have a child to support. You know, you have lost everything, and you know, it's you know, sometimes those things will send people, you know, to the cuckoo house. You know, they will send, would do all sorts of things to people legally. I'm not threatened, not legally. But I thank you so much for your time, and hopefully it.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.